Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Neo Crown Series Weekly Recap. I am your host, Gyrum, and things are really heating up. It was a very important last week, and a lot of things have been proven, a lot of things have been clinched, but not everything. This week's still very important. Seasons are on the line. So let's get right into it. We're going to be doing it a little bit differently this week, just with talking about results last week. Because we're separating it into eliminated, clinched, and then uncertain. But mainly focusing on playoff contention. I know there's a separate battle going on for not getting relegated right now. It's very up in the air though, because throughout the season there have been a few matches that have been delayed. I think 4 in total. And among those, so that means 2 of them have to do with Igor and Pixelakio, so they're each playing 3 sets this week. So there's a lot of variability that could happen with relegation still. And I still just rather focus on people winning rather than people losing. It just feels, I don't know, a little mean-spirited to focus on the people losing, I don't know. But, anyway. Yeah, most of these players have been in the bottom half for a lot of the season, so it was really only a matter of time before they got eliminated. 2 fairly recent developments, though, are Cavalo and WebBowser. They've been pretty good throughout the season, close, or at least, in playoff contention for a lot of it, but just down the stretch have not done too well. This past week, each only had 1 game. Cavalo lost 1-2 to Marburst. WebBowser lost 1-2 to Mabel. So unfortunately, those 2 losses both did them in for the season. They've been eliminated. I think there's still like an outside chance that they could be relegated, because Charge can equal them, and Pixelakio and Igor can both equal them. One of them can pass. So, not free from relegation, but very unlikely, I'd say. They're kind of our honorary, well, no, they could go 500 on the season, we'll see. They've got one more set to play. Yeah. Looking to be our middle of the pack players for this season. Moving on to the players who have clinched. Most of these are also fairly expected. As you'll see here, though, your bestie had a really nice win streak going on since like week 3. It has not dropped a set until now. Just a rough week, kind of like how Mabel had last week. Just 0-4 overall, 0-2 to Cat, 0-2 to Charge. So that's gonna drop 2 sets, dropping them down to 9-4, and losing their grip on the 1 seed. Still definitely possible to get the 1 seed still, though. I'll talk about that in a second. Mabel, bouncing back from their rough week previously, going 2-0 this week. 2-1 over WebBowser, eliminating them as previously mentioned, as well as 2-0 over Star. And lastly, our new number 1 overall seed, and probably the favorite to be the number 1 overall seed at the start of the season, Dino, 2-0ing Tummy. Their set against Pixelakio was delayed till next week, or this week, however you want to phrase it. So that one's yet to be played. So there is a lot of interesting things with the 1 seed going on. Uh, these are the only 3 players still in contention for the 1 seed, I believe. Although the one player at 8 and 5 can send this to a 4-way tie, and I think they would end up in 2nd. But you can double check me on that. Other people can have fun looking at the tiebreaker messes that can happen at the end of this week. But yeah, Dino with 2 sets can be played still can just win this outright if they go 2-0 in their last 2 sets. However, if they drop a set and your bestie wins their set, your bestie has the tiebreakers or head-to-head over both Mabel and Dino. So, if your bestie is able to tie Dino by the end of this week, they will take the #1 overall seed. That also goes if everyone up here just loses, which honestly, looking at their matchups, is possible. And lastly, Mabel. I think the only path for Mabel to get to the 1 seed is for them to win their set and both your bestie and Dino lose all their sets. So not likely, but stranger things have happened. But now get into the real intrigue heading into this week, and that is the #4 overall seed. Only one player was actually able to get to that coveted 8 and 5 record, going 2-0, or at least of the 6 and 5 players last week, only one of them was able to go 2-0. And that is Ket, surprisingly, despite their tough schedule. 2-0 over your bestie, 2-1 over Score. 2 very, very impressive wins that can certainly help them in this playoff picture. That your bestie win is genuinely... Unfortunately, because they can only get into a tie for the 1 seed with other players there, it's not going to be able to get Ket the 1 seed. But as I mentioned earlier, they can send this to a 4-way tie, and I believe they would end up 2nd. So the 2 seed is still in play for Ket here. Although no, it would be a 3-way tie, because they would have to beat Mabel to do it. Yeah, okay, no idea how that's working out. Again, homework for the people watching at home, you can look into it. Yeah. Ket 2-0 over your bestie, 2-1 over Score, to put them into 8 and 5 and prime position to get that 4 seed. On the opposite end, at the bottom of this list, Aerie was looking in position for that 4 seed coming into this week, looking very good, having a rough week. 0-2 to Igor, 1-2 to Termax, dropping to 6 and 6 overall. And I think with some of these players, your bestie mentioned it on the Discord earlier. Just at this point of the season, the pressure can get to you. Like this, you need to win these games. It's for a lot of these players in the middle here, this week is a must-win, and the playoffs are double elimination, so not exactly must-win, but basically must-win. Like, not a lot of room for losses there. So it's very, very tight this late in the season, and there's a lot of pressure, so yeah, sometimes that can just get to you and cause you to have a bad week. But Aerie still very much in it, despite being a half game behind. They have a very good showing in the tiebreaker, so they're still one of the more likely people to qualify for playoffs. Termax is a bit of a surprise to see here. 5 and 6 heading into the week. They were just worried about not getting relegated, and all of a sudden They've gone 2-0 and are right in the thick of playoff qualification. But a solid 2-0 over Charge, 2-0 over Airy, for 2-0 overall. And having two 2-0s this week is also very, very important for game differential, which some of the tiebreakers will come back down to game differential. That is going to make a difference. Although, oh, wait, was it 2-1 over Airy? I might have typoed in my notes. Yeah, it was 2-1 over Airy, so... But still, the 2 over Charge is important for game differential. But that one Airy taking a game off of Termax could also be very impactful. I don't know, we'll have to see. There's such niche scenarios that there's a very high chance that this isn't even gonna come up, but like it could. So, and we also have Score at 7-6, 2-0 over Scarm, but rough 1-2 to Ket. Very impactful loss. If that had gone the other way, Score and Ket would be flip-flopped in the standings right now. So that, yeah, that's gonna be like the loss for Score to look back on if they don't make playoffs, but still a very, very solid season. And they are still very much so in it, even if it is a bit of an outside chance. Then probably our most primed 7-6 player for playoff contention, Marburst, having a nice 2-1 over Cavalo, but a 1-2 to Pummy. Like that's a set that you're gonna want back over one of the lower players in the standings, and you're in it for playoff contention. That's a set you should not be losing, and losing that could keep Marburst from playoffs. But yeah, everyone in this division is very good and has won games over very, very good players. So it's not that surprising, but still, it's a set that you want back. I will get into the tiebreaker scenarios and playoff qualification scenarios for these 5 players in a sec, but first let's go over the schedule for next week. Is going to have a major impact. These just show the results from the week 7 matches I mentioned earlier. Igor Pixelacchio and Dino Pixelacchio both getting delayed to the final week. And here are the matches left for us. 2 very, very massive matchups with people at the top end. Starting with Airy, your bestie. Not quite as impactful as it might have been if Airy had won a few more games this past week. But still, your bestie in contention for the 1 seed, or still could be anywhere from the 1 to maybe the 4. Could end up in the 4 seed. So yeah, a win would be huge for seeding in the playoffs again for your bestie. And Airy just needs to win to be able to make playoffs right now. A single loss for Airy does eliminate them, I believe, yeah. So both sets for Airy here, absolute must-wins. But the real highlight of this week, I think, has to be Ket versus Mabel. He's like... First off, just 2 very good players. It's going to be a fun set. But all of the playoff qualifications for everyone who isn't Ket all just rely on Ket losing. So it's very, very impactful for this playoff picture. And of course, Mabel also concerned with their seeding in the playoff picture. Just like Aerie could end up anywhere, or not like Aerie, just like your bestie could end up anywhere from the 1 seed to the 4 seed in the playoffs. Win would very much so help with the seeding. Also, well, no, couldn't be. If Cat wins, it can be a playoff preview. Yeah. Not exactly likely, but it is possible. But also, all of these matches are very important. Basically everyone has something to play for this week, whether it's playoff seeding, or playoff qualification, or just not getting relegated. All of these matches are important. Marburst versus Web Bowser, that's a must-win for Marburst to make playoffs. Web Bowser probably not getting relegated, but still not guaranteed. A win there would be a nice cushion. Score versus King of Charge. Score must win to make playoffs. Charge, a little more likely that they get relegated. A loss there could be sentenced to relegation. Pummy, Cavalo, both of those players trying to stay out of relegation. I don't think Pummy and Skarm are guaranteed relegation. I'm not entirely sure though. It looks like it could end up being tiebreaker scenarios with 5 wins. I don't know if Pummy comes out on top of that or not. So again, more homework for the people at home to do. And yeah, Cavalo, same position as Web Bowser. Not likely that they get relegated, but technically possible, I think. So a win there would be a nice cushion. Pixelacchio versus Termax, must win for Termax to make playoffs. Pixelacchio has quite a few games left to play, so all of them equally important. Well, not equally, because one of them is against their direct competition. But all of them important for not getting relegated. A win here would certainly help with that quest. And Dino versus Igor. Igor also, that competition to not get relegated. Dino would like to secure the 1 seed. Wins would be very, very helpful this week. And then yeah, a lot more Igor Pixelacchio over here, but the makeup games, but they do play each other, which is going to be very, very impactful. Loser of that game is very likely relegated. That's, I'd say, a must-win for both of those players. And then Aerie versus Skarm. Skarm also has a few games in the makeup games. Yeah, Skarm just probably the most, I think definitely the most likely player to get relegated at this point. I don't know if it's guaranteed. I think similar situation to Pummy, where they can send it to a tie, or okay, here we go. Yeah, similar situation to Pummy, where they can send it to a tiebreaker at 5 wins. No idea who comes out on top of that, though. Yeah, and Aerie, very much so playing for playoffs. Let's get into those playoff scenarios here. Ket is the simplest one. Just need to win their set against Mabel this week. However, because they do have a game lead over everyone else, they can still lose and qualify, because as long as Marburst and Aerie each lose a set this week, Ket would still make it in, because they have the head-to-head tiebreakers with Termax and Score. So Ket just in very good position to make it this week. But obviously you're going to prefer a win. Then we get to Marburst, who I'd say has the next easiest path. They just need to win their set against Web Bowser. Also, I'm not saying like easy based on how good their opponent is, just based on the number of outcomes they are relying to happen. Just the probabilities, assuming all of those chances are 50-50. Yeah, just win against Web Bowser and have a Ket loss to Mabel. And then they would either need Aerie to drop one of their sets, or for Termax or Score to win one of their sets due to weird tiebreaker shenanigans. There's a lot of weird tiebreaker shenanigans going on here, if you couldn't tell. Then we get to Aerie, who has to win all of their remaining sets, and then the easiest path is just for Ket, Marburst, Termax, and Score to all lose. Or at least the easiest path to communicate. There's a couple weird game differential things with Termax and Score that we'll get into in a minute. Although it affects the next three players, so we can just get right into that right now. So if Ket and Marburst lose, that means that Score, Termax, and Aerie can all end up in a tiebreaker with Ket. So if all three of those players end up in a tiebreaker with Ket, Termax is going to win that tiebreaker, I believe. If only one of Termax or Score ends up in a tiebreaker with Aerie and Ket, though, then it's going to come down to game differential between Aerie and either Termax or Score. If Termax... So that's going to... So I think Termax and Score have a slight edge right now. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's possible for Aerie to go 2-0 in both of their sets and jump Score or Termax in the tiebreaker via score point differential. That is very possible. Yeah, so yeah, that's Score's only out, is that weird point or game differential outcome. That's Score's only out. Termax has either a very similar point differential thing with Aerie, or can just get the 4-way tie. And then Aerie also can win via the having better point differential in those outcomes, but also just having everyone else lose would also be a valid outcome. If Marburst wins and Ket loses, though, very high likelihood that they get in. But if it's a 3-way tie between Ket, Marburst, and Aerie, then Aerie gets in. There's just a lot of bullshit with this. It's very, very hard to parse. But I think I covered most of the outcomes here. I haven't done it in a clean way or easily followable way, I don't think. Unless you can keep up with my ramblings here, but I think I covered all of them. It's going to take way too much effort to make this clean. But I know Hackcats has at least a list of all of the simple weight qualifications. This is also a decent list on screen. But there is a substantial amount of weird shenanigans and outcomes that can come up this week. And it's just a lot. And then Ket's gonna win against Mabel, and none of this is gonna matter. But yeah, all of these players very much so in contention with playoffs. Doing a bit of a look ahead to playoffs. I'll leave it on these three because we know they're gonna be there. Dino, I think, has to be the favorite after this past weekend's high slam performance. Just a very, very impressive win. But I don't believe your bestie Mabel or Ket were playing in high slam. Also, I think just Score from this group. Score and Ket, I don't think was in it. Marbers, Termax, and Arity all were. Marbers had a very impressive third place, so that she can absolutely compete with the best of the best. Termax and Arity both had top 8s, maybe? I don't remember. But the players who were there all had fairly good showings. But yeah, a lot of these top players, or at least the top-end players in Neo Crown, weren't there, so... And every tournament's gonna be different. Just because you win one tournament doesn't mean you're the favorite for every tournament forever and ever. Even if these two are fairly close together in time. Yeah. All of these players have shown to be very strong throughout the course of this season and also throughout other competitive events, so it could really... I would not be surprised if anyone won this. Also to note, Div 2 and Div 3 champions are going to be in playoffs. So that means Sleepy from Div 3 and Div 2 playoffs are in like 3 hours from time of recording. And probably like 1 or 2 hours from time of publishing. Yeah, if you're watching this right now, go check out Marty's channel. Div 2 finals are probably live right now. Go find out who wins and tell me in the comments, because I don't know right now. I will when you post the comment, but not right now, so... But yeah, that is it for week 7. Just have one more week of playoffs or week of regular season left. One weekly recap left, and then it'll be playoffs. And I'll definitely do a recap of playoffs. No idea how similar the format will be, or if I'll do like a full season recap, or who knows. No idea. No plans for that right now. Yeah, I am hard at work on the Conquest Clash 3 recap, and I have plans for a Div 2 recap, and we'll probably do a High Slam recap as well. Those are likely going to be less effort than the Conquest Clash 3 recap though, because the Conquest Clash 3 has been a lot of effort. And I feel like I'll burn myself out if I keep trying to do that for every single tournament, especially if they keep being this close together. But yeah. We might be close to the end of the first season of Neo Crown Series, but that does not mean that Beastieball is going to be stopping anytime soon. I know there will be a lot more content on this channel to come. Hope you all enjoyed and have fun at Div 2 playoffs. Have fun with the end of the regular season for Div 1. Good luck to all our competitors, and see you next week.